Hi everyone, this is Aga from EurekaCrystalBeads.com and I'm here with another fun beading tutorial for you. Before I get started, just a quick reminder to check out the rest of our channel, and if you like what you see, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you never miss any of our content. In this super quick and fun tutorial, and easy I promise, I'll be working with beads and supplies exclusively from our January 2026 collection, the Enchanted Mirror Collection. I really love this inspiration photo that we have for this collection, and the supplies that you get in it are absolutely gorgeous. So if you're watching this in January 2026, maybe it's still available. If not, these are the supplies that you're gonna need. So I'm going to show you this version, but you can also, with the same collection, make a different version of the earring, which is the one with the pearls, because you get a beautiful mix of elite Eureka crystal pearls in different sizes in this beautiful new royal gold color, and you can use them as well, as you can see. But for the version that we're gonna be making today, we're going to need, in order of appearance, some round 15-0s and 11-0s, some mini GemDuos, some regular GemDuos, some size 8 Toho demi-round beads, some 3mm bicones, some 4mm Firepolish beads, and if you want a dangle, you might need a vertically drilled drop, plus, of course, an earring finding. And here I have the one that we had in the collection. It's a post earring, and it has a front-facing loop. So you need to add a jump ring. Jump rings are in the collection as well, by the way, in order for this to work like this. But if you have an ear wire, for example, most of them have side-facing loops, so you don't need a jump ring then. For tools, I'll be using a size 12 needle, though I do believe that 11 or even 10 will work as well. I just think 12 is the most convenient to work with. And I'll be using a 6-pound fire line in the color Smoke, so a dark one. This is because we're mostly using a dark GemDuos and Mini GemDuos, and a dark thread will not show as much when we step up to the other hull of the duos. I also have my trusty thread cutters, and that's it. Let's start beading. So here is the beading plan. We're first going to do the middle, so we're going to start in here with the Mini GemDuos and the 15-0s. Then we're going to step down and add the regular GemDuos. Then we're going to step down one more hole and we're going to add the outline sort of, so all of the Firepolish and the bicones. And finally, we're going to add the dangle and the earring finding. Super simple, super easy, let's go. Alright, so I got about half a wingspan of thread on my needle. That's going to be about 2.5 feet of thread, not a lot. And I'm going to pick up 15-0s and Mini GemDuos. And you're going to pick up 4 15-0s and 4 Mini GemDuos, and it doesn't matter which hole or which side you pick them up by, as long as they're all facing the same way. So the back is kind of flat. The front is kind of convex, so we just want them to be facing the same way. And you're going to pick up 4 of each interchangeably. I'm now going to slide them down my thread. And I'm going to pass through all of those beads once more, starting with the first bead that I added. Because I want them to create a little circle. At this point, I will cut the thread of my spool just enough to tie a knot. And I'm gonna tie 3 regular square knots, because that's where the 2 ends of my thread meet, in here, in between that Mini GemDuo and 15-0. And I'm gonna pull it tight and tie 3 knots. And I'm gonna pass through that 15-0, the first one that I added on my thread, and the first Mini GemDuo. This should hide the knot in the 15-0 like this. And I can already step down the free hull of this Mini GemDuo that my thread is coming out of. And quite simply, I'm going to add 2 regular GemDuos in between the free holes of those mini duos, but I want to make sure again that I'm picking them up the same way. So this is how you want to pick them up, because my working thread is coming out of this mini GemDuo here, and I want to add my regular GemDuos facing the same way as the mini GemDuos there. So I just connect the free holes of the neighboring mini GemDuos, and the regular ones will just pop right in there like that. I'll add another pair in here. Again, I'm making sure I'm picking them up the right way. They pop right in there. They are a little bit wavy, and that's because the design will be a little bit convex, a little bit 3D when we finish. So don't worry about that. Don't worry if they get a little wavy if you pull the thread. Here's my third pair and the last pair of GemDuos. I'll pass through the second hull of this mini GemDuo and the next regular GemDuo. And if you pull them tight, the minis are going to cup a little bit towards the front if they're kind of going the other way. So if it's like this, you just want to push them back to the front so that the convex sides of the beads are facing the same way that they're cupping, like that. Now, just to keep it nice and tight and sturdy, I'm going to pass through all of the mini GemDuos and the GemDuos that I just added one more time. So I'm just making an extra circle to reinforce the shape of the core of my earring. I'm going 3 beads at a time. So GemDuo, mini GemDuo, GemDuo. At this point, I'll trim off my tail thread because it's of no use anymore and we have a knot there, so I don't have to worry about it. And now it's time to step up through the free hole of this GemDuo that my thread is coming out. So through this hole here. And now the thread is going to be visible here. That's why I matched it more or less to the color of my beads. Since they're dark, my thread is dark as well. And now we're going to be adding our edge sequences or outline sequences. So as you can see, in between the GemDuos that are kind of together, between the mini GemDuos, so when they're kind of held together by the bottom hole, you're gonna add a 4mm Firepolish bead between them with 2 15-ohs on the sides. And whenever you have the space between 2 GemDuos that are not connected by the bottom holes, but rather have a mini GemDuo in between them here, you're gonna put in a demi-round, 3mm bicone, demi-round, and that's it, and we're gonna go around. So right now, there's the space where they're not connected by the bottom hole, so I'm putting in demi-round, 3mm bicone, demi-round, and just connecting the free holes of the GemDuos. Make sure to pull tight so everything pops in nicely. Now in here they are connected by the bottom hole, so I'm gonna put in a 4mm Firepolish bead surrounded by 2 15-ohs. Now the bicone and the demi-rounds. Firepolish and 15-ohs. And you're gonna add 4 of each all the way around, so you're adding them interchangeably. And here's my last Firepolish and 2 15-ohs. And that's basically done. Now I'm going to add the dangle at the bottom and attach the earring finding at the top. I'll start with the bottom. And for this, I have to reach the next available Firepolish because I'm going to be adding these 2 segments at the bottom here and at the top here. add the Firepolish beads. You can, of course, do it differently and add these on top of the bicones. That's gonna look awesome as well. And you just do the same thing, but with bicones instead of Firepolish. I'm passing through all of the beads until I reach the next Firepolish bead. So I'm here. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add 2 Firepolish beads and simply pass through that same Firepolish that my thread is coming out of, same direction. So I'm just adding these 2 in sort of a triangle like this. Now I'm gonna add an 11-0 in between this and this Firepolish. This could be a 15-0 as well. I just found that an 11-0 is also in the mix and it looks best. And now I'm gonna add the dangle, and that's gonna be first an 11-0 and a demi-round, then my drop, and I'm gonna block this with 3 15-0s. So I pull these down my thread, and I go straight back through the drop and the demi-round that's after it. Make sure to pull tight. I add an extra 11-0 in here and go up through the third Firepolish, making it look like this. I'll add an 11-0 in here as well. And you can leave it like this, but you guys know I love reinforcing, so I'm just going down all of those beads again, all the way to the drop, through the 3 15-0s, back up through the drop and the demi-round, and up through the 11-0, Firepolish 11-0 again, and through that original Firepolish from the beadwork. And now we want to reach the Firepolish opposite of this one, so in here to add the earring finding. So I'm just going to pass through the beads in the outline or in the edge, starting with this 15-0 connecting to the GemDuo. Alright, I've reached this opposite Firepolish here on top, and now I'm gonna pick up 2 Firepolish beads again, but this time I'm going to pick up the earring finding between them as well, and I make sure to pick it up the right way because this does have a front and a back, so I just look at how it's gonna go. So Firepolish, my earring finding Firepolish, make sure that the jump ring is closed shut if you're using one, and I'm passing through that original Firepolish in the beadwork. And now you want to pull it tight so that the jump ring is held by the 2 Firepolish beads. So it's not held by the thread, not like this, but rather by the 2 Firepolish like this. We're going to be reinforcing this, of course. So first I'm just going to pass through all of those Firepolish again, and my earring finding, or my jump ring in that case. And I'm gonna pass through them again, only this time I'll add an 11-0 in between the first one and the 2 top ones. So on this side, and down on this side as well. Just like that, and you're basically done. I'm just going to pass through some more beads. I'm gonna tie a knot and weave in my tail, and that's gonna be the earring. And that's it. Fun, quick, and really easy to make. I'm positive you can whip these up in less than an hour. They are quite elegant and they will go with anything that you wear. You can make these in the colorway that you like. We have a lot of mini GemDuos and GemDuos in bicones and Firepolish available. You can customize them by adding different dangly pieces or not adding any at all. And if you would like to make this pearly colorway, what I did here is I substituted the 3mm bicones for 3mm round pearls and the 4mm Firepolish with 4mm pearls. I left everything else as is. I just swapped the connection, so instead of connecting the dangle and the earring finding to the larger ones, I connected them to the smaller pearls in here. I added a large pearl as a dangle, and I think they look fabulous as well. You will find a link to this collection as well as to the full list of all supplies that you need in the description down below. You can get all of those supplies from eurekacrystalbeads.com. I hope you liked this tutorial, and make sure that you post your creations in our Facebook group, The Beader's Nook. The link will be down below as well. Let me know in the comments what you think of this design. Meanwhile, thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next video. Bye!